Hello, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Bruce Montalvo Show. It is August 16th, 2016, and it's a special edition of the Bruce Montalvo Show because we're joined by a man that drops friggin' Randy Savage elbows of truth on the New World Order. Our good friend, Dan Bidondi. What's up, Dan?
Hey, Bruce, how are you, brother? Not bad here.
Good to have you on, Dan. Hey, man, it's great to have you on. You know, we started off kind of, on a rocky road on Facebook, but now we're good friends.
Absolutely, yeah. I feel like a jerk. I mean, it always starts off with something stupid until you actually understand the person, and when you get to know the person. And unfortunately, it was a bad, start. But when we get to know each other, it's like, hey, what the hell are we even fighting for anyway?
Exactly. Look,
somebody, that's, it's like the thing is, both of us were defending other people, and then we find out about each other, and like, wait a minute, who gives a crap about them?
Yeah, Dan, and we came from the same place pretty much. I mean, we were both contestants in the 2012 InfoWars contest. I mean, we know what you did on InfoWars. You're an absolute legend, bro. I mean, you went up against, crisis actors and people who were covering up everything from the Boston bombing to Sandy Hook. You were in the FBI's face. I mean, I still don't know the freaking cojones that you had right there just displaying it to the FBI, man. You're just like sticking the middle finger in their face. You always do in your reports.
Oh, yeah, because inside me, it's like you're a spiritual person, so you know what I mean. It's a righteous anger that builds up, and at that point, you can give a rat's, behind what happens to you.
That's right. You go toe-to-toe with these freaking totalitarian scum, and you do that all the time on your radio show and on your YouTube channel, the Truth Radio Show.
Yeah, we try our best, man, and like I always tell people, I'm not the perfect speaker at all. I stutter constantly, mispronounce words, especially people's last names. I suck at that, and but the thing is, I speak from the heart, and I hope that is enough to wake people up.
No, it's cool, bro. I mean, I've been in the East Coast, you know what I'm saying? So I could understand that East Coast swagger you bring, you know what I'm saying? We had to get the hell out of here, out of freaking New York, because Comrade de Blasio, was letting the bombs go out and defecate on our stoop. There was like that Indian Point radioactive leak. I mean, we could smell it in the water in Brooklyn, so we had to get out of there, man. So I mean, I understand the lingo, the East Coast lingo.
I'm glad you guys get out of there anyway. Because it's turning into a Nazi state. I mean, you can't even open legs on the subway, I heard, without getting arrested. Oh
no, they're getting raped in the subway. I mean, who knows what type of biowarfare is going on in the subways? I mean, they're spraying the New Yorkers with this Zika spray that's basically attracting this virus that, who knows, it could have came from Plum Island. I mean, I don't have those kind of documents.
Yeah, God knows what they're doing, and it's total tolerant, and you can't do nothing in New York, especially guns. I mean, don't even think about owning a gun in New York City, but the criminals can run around with them. Oh,
yeah. Yeah, they let the slashers, New York slashers, go out and slash you in the face. But if you retaliate against that criminal in New York City, I mean, forget about it. De Blasio will have your head on a platter.
Oh, yeah, he's just, taking right up where Michael Bloomberg left off.
Absolutely. You said they're Nazis, man. I mean, in this show, the Man in the High Castle, they actually call New York City the Greater Nazi Reich.
Wow. I guess a lot of people see that, man. That's crazy.
Yeah,
like, I don't want to go to New York.
It's that predictive programming right there.
Yep.
No, it's bad now, bro. It's bad. But let's talk about you, man. You're a former pro wrestler, right?
Well, back to wrestling now again.
Oh, yeah? All right.
Yeah. Once you get to your blood, man, it's like getting the itch for it again,
Well, let me tell you something, brother. I grew up during the Raw, the Attitude Era, and I watched that. I mean,
that was the best, man.
Yeah, so I mean, I know where you come from for wanting to be out there and just go toe to toe. I mean, wrestling used to be great, but I wanted to talk to you specifically about the Luciferian symbolism that they portray in wrestling. Not a lot of people are talking about that. It just goes right over their heads. Maybe on YouTube they talk about it, but But now, I mean, it's Vince McMahon is literally like a 33-degree Freemason. I mean, that guy is running wrestling with all sorts of symbols, all sorts of conditioning and foreshadowing, secret societies. I mean, how many secret societies do they proliferate in wrestling? When you had the
I can't imagine. I mean, they got the Ascension, that tag team there. I mean, they come out, really displaying the third eye.
the Masons.
The new Monday Night Raw, the brand new promo that comes on, the bumper for the show. I mean, right off where the A is, it goes from the all-seeing eye right into the A. It's like,
Oh wow,
the symbolism. They got this new guy, what's his name, Valor, Ben Valor, whatever his name is, and the other night he was shooting a promo for the big SummerSlam show, and he was naming demons. And he said, I get my powers from these demons. He was mentioning Baal and these other ancient demons and everything else, and just openly stating this stuff. I mean, it's nuts.
yeah. And if you go back, I mean, look at how it was all advertised. I mean, Ted Turner, Vince McMahon, these guys are obviously high-level Freemasons. I mean, they proliferated what the slogan New World Order. And if you look at the New World Order again, Kevin Nash and Hulk Hogan, those guys, the colors themselves were black and white. Those are Masonic colors.
Yep.
And then
right, equality and as above, so below.
Exactly. Some of the pay-per-views themselves, it was like sold out, selling your soul to who? To Satan. And that's what I think. I mean, McMahon is all about, man.
Oh, it is, and it's a lot of smart. I mean, I know a lot of very talented female professional wrestlers. A friend of mine, Amy Zidian, she tried out on the Diva Search. She made it to the top 6.
Oh, wow.
Literally just because she was more talented than the other people. But just because she didn't act slutty enough, she didn't get picked.
Wow. No, I mean, there's literally some dark... It's a dark world. There's some dark things going on at the WWE, and McMahon makes no bones about it. I mean, that guy had Jesse Ventura on there. And I'll never forget it. Jesse Ventura was in Hershey, Pennsylvania, and he had on... I guess WWE Wardrobe gave him a Rothschild jacket to wear on air.
Oh, yeah. And if you watch the last of WrestleMania, right? I don't know if you've seen it.
Right.
Well, Triple H against Roman Reigns. Now, when Triple H came out, his wife Stephanie McMahon, the owner's daughter, she comes out and they do this whole Babylonian spiel. He comes out with his skulls and everything else, and she's openly saying, "We own you." We, just basically tell people that you're a bunch of suckers. Openly saying it. And they did a whole, ceremony for his ring entrance. Just telling the people right to their faces, we own your asses,
And speaking of owning asses, we see that Vince McMahon had one of the guys just he made him kiss his ass?
Oh, he makes people kiss his ass all the time.
It's my ass club, he called it.
That's right. No, it was hilarious, man. But it gets crazy too, because I've been doing some research and it turns out that Vince McMahon, believe it or not, is funding Donald Trump's campaign.
Oh yeah, them two are buddies big time. His wife Linda McMahon, I forgot what happened to her. I think she ran for Congress or something last election, and I don't know if she won or not. I'm not sure, but I mean I know she ran for office.
You there?
Yep, I'm here.
You don't know if she ran for office, Dan, but no, that's the thing. These guys in WWF, WWE, I mean, they all end up in politics somehow. I mean, even Ric Flair, Jesse Ventura, all of them get politician jobs.
Gary Johnson looks like Vince McMahon, in my opinion.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, Ric Flair, he's actually real good friends with George Bush, the old man.
Oh, wow. With the sheriffs, the Nazi sheriffs.
Yep.
Yeah. No, man.
A lot of these people in the wrestling world, they're somehow buddy with these other people. The top elite there. You know what I mean? And they were trashing Glenn Beck and Alex Jones and a couple other guys on JR was when what's the hell's his name there? One of the wrestlers, he's American Patriot, and he was going to get.
What was it? A Zeb Coulter?
Yeah.
Those guys, they had what was it? A Jack Swagger. See, I know WWE. No, but you know what? You study it because it's almost reminiscent. It's basically reminiscent of what you see with the bipartisan big government establishment with the Democrats and Republicans. It's the same thing. They pretend to go toe to toe, but then in the back they're going out to get steak at Old Homestead. Who knows?
Oh yeah, it's the same thing. It's way. You know, what I mean, you got your bad guy, your good guy. You know, to the people, and the outcomes predetermined. And you put on a good show, and you put the other guy over, or the guy puts you over, whatever, and you know the fans buy it.
Right, bro.
Politics, yeah.
No, hey, I've seen you do some moves. I saw you do this move. I mean, back in the day, is one of your old matches where you got this guy like in a cross arm bar / crucifix. I mean, it was insane. Yeah, it was like so underground.
Stuff like I try to aim my gimmick like Kurt Angle, Chris Benoit, and Brock Lesnar all rolled into one.
Oh, the Canadian Crippler. Oh man, hey, watch out! Don't end up like him, bro.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
Weird case, man. He was on prescribed medication, and well, come to find out, it wasn't the steroids. It was the prescribed medications that they were giving him for his concussions.
Okay.
Yeah, they made him flip his lid. But of course, you know, they had to highlight the steroids and everything else, and not dare to talk about Big Pharma.
Oh no, not at all. No, that's the thing. McMahon owns these guys' souls. I mean, what happened to Eddie Guerrero? That guy just died of steroids. What happened to Owen Hart? He didn't want any responsibility with that. He literally let one of his employees, one of his wrestlers, fall to his death.
Yeah, it was crazy.
He's got so much blood on his hands, this guy, and he's running Trump's campaign. Now, what gets me, Dan, is alternative media has gone from exposing the bipartisan big government establishment to now embracing it with guys like Trump. I mean, this guy Trump literally said, print the money. He said, print the money to the Federal Reserve. I mean, that goes against the core values of the truth movement.
It does, and, you know, I'm so disappointed. I came right out to say I am very disappointed that all these people in the truth movement, not all of them, but most of them are promoting Trump. You know, the very same people who used to preach about the right versus left-wing paradigm,
yes,
and they're over here kissing Trump's ass. I mean, like, what the hell is going on? You know, how many years has Trump supported the Clintons?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And now they're all kissing his ass. You know what I mean? Like, I told them right now, I'm not kissing Trump's ass. I think they're both corrupt, and that's probably why I'm not like on TV anymore right now.
Oh man, you know what? It's a rigged game. It's all rigged. Forget about Trump telling you it's rigged. It's rigged. The guy goes up there. I'm no stooge. I got the They Live glasses on. I can see that this ass wears freaking a blue tie. Come on, man. A blue tie, you're supposed to be the Republican nominee, but you're wearing a blue tie. Or maybe you're bought. He's deliberately bought. He's deliberately going to lose to Clinton on purpose because, like you said, how many years has he said that she was terrific, that her and that rapist Bill Clinton were terrific people? He probably funded their foundation, bro.
Oh, he did. And, he's been giving them millions of dollars for the campaigns over the years. And big supporters, tons of pictures of them all buddy. Then when he was quoted on that and, asked about that, he was like, we got to maintain a good business, professional style, whatever. But, business is business, I see. But the thing is, you don't vacation with these people. You don't go, be buddy with them. You just stick to a strict professional business level, not go on vacation with them.
All right. I mean, it gets almost just nauseating with Trump. I mean, you have Newt Gingrich with this guy. I mean, doesn't Newt Gingrich go to the Bohemian Grove? And then you got Donald Trump meeting with Gingrich and Henry Kissinger. I mean, these are all people that, to the truth movement, you would just regurgitate if you found out that, let's say, Ron Paul was meeting with these people. But I think that the whole Trump campaign is a facade. They're running it the same way as they were running Bernie Sanders' failed campaign, Ron Paul's failed campaign, to get like angst and to get the youth, kind of like how Vince McMahon marketed to the people. I mean, his fans, the whole New World Order concept.
Well, it is, and I think what's going on is that America's starting to go back to sleep again. Because look at the last two presidential elections, the three actually, and less and less people coming out to the vote, to vote. And I think they needed because even before the election, what year was that? About 2 years ago, I came out on radio to tell people they're going to put a guy in there. I thought it was going to be Jeb Bush. I was wrong about that.
Right.
I said the Republican Party is going to put a naysayer, a soothsayer, I should say, somebody to tickle American public's ears to get them back into the voting booths again, to get them to once again believe in the false hope, to tell them everything they want to hear, just to get them back in. And sure enough, it's Trump. I thought it was going to be Jeb Bush, but it's Trump telling everybody what they want to hear and tickling their ears, and people buying this hook, line, and sinker.
Oh, it's pathetic. Trump has played the card that it's rigged. Of course, it's rigged. He said it himself that they're going to take it away from him with the voting machines, but they're not going to take anything away. They already decided, the powers that be, a long time ago, that Hillary Clinton was going to be the next freaking terrorist in chief.
Exactly. And look at the sum up. It was a couple months ago. GOP came right out to say, "Oh, the voters don't pick the president we do." I mean, if that's not blatant enough, I don't know what is.
You know what's blatant, Dan? If you notice the symbolism on the Republican Party from the post-2000 to now, I mean, it's literally an upside-down pentagram.
Oh, it is?
It is. And I'm sure that whoever went to the RNC, they probably got to stay at that satanic Airbnb that they had out there for Republicans. I mean, it's disgusting. It's like they're trying to galvanize the truth movement to jump in bed with the Republican Party. But you know what it is? It's just, I've become apolitical, bro. I mean, the libertarians are disappointing. Of course, the Republicans' record on liberty is pathetic. If it's for the conservative aspects, I mean, I can give a nod to some Republicans, but I mean, it's just a bunch of neocons, and the libertarians are no different. I mean, with that guy they have up there, Bill Weld, with his anti-gun control, and then Gary Johnson throwing away a gun that another libertarian gave to him. I mean, he's showing his true colors, but worse, Gary Johnson said that he would sign for the TPP.
Yeah, the Trans-Pacific Partnership. I mean,
right.
It's dangerous to our sovereignty. And I was supposed to actually interview Gary Johnson soon, and I want to actually, really address that issue of him supporting TPP, put him on the spot with that. You know what I mean? Say, listen, give him all the unconstitutional cons about it and see what he thinks about it then.
I've been trying to get in touch with their camp as well, but I think they're afraid of me, man. Because I had Bill Still on a while back, and Bill Still told me when he ran against Gary Johnson that Gary Johnson racked up a lot of debt as a libertarian. That's not a libertarian ideal at all.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys are just Republicans pretending to be libertarian, but the Libertarian Party has been co-opted. I realize that as well. It's just all government is co-opted, bro.
It is, and that's why I always tell people we need a revival, not a damn election. But because where do you turn? Where do you really turn? What choices do we really have? I mean, if people say, "Well, you're going to vote for the less of two evils," but the thing is, evil's evil. There's no such thing as lesser or greater. It's the evil,
Absolutely. They're advocating for these illegal, unconstitutional wars abroad. I mean, Trump is trying to take us to war with ISIS. When ISIS, as you well know, is a creation of our very own government. So, I mean, I have people tell me, "Oh, well, then you must be ISIS." You believe that, Dan? Just because I think that, they tell me that I must be with ISIS. And this was like an uncle in my family. But like, you can't win with some of these people.
No, you can't. Yeah, they think you're part of the enemy. They can't comprehend it. The thing is, these people with these limited mindsets, like when I talk to the hardcore Republicans or hardcore Democrats, they think, especially the Democrats, they think if you're not a Democrat, you're automatically a Republican. They can't get the concept that you're independent.
Right.
They don't know what that is. Remember the old 3D glasses we used to go to movie theaters? One side was red, one was blue.
Yeah.
And that's what they got on. They got limited vision, red and blue. It's that you can't be in between or part of something. You have to go one way or the other, and that's their vision. And when I was at this Democratic thing, they were trying to, push bills against the guns, and automatically, oh, you're a damn Republican with you belong to the NRA. So I'm a gun owner. I don't belong to the NRA. I never did. So I'm an independent. They couldn't comprehend that.
Right.
Like, that's the limit of the argument when you talk about guns. NRA. But there's thousands of other organizations similar to the NRA that do the same thing. But
a judge told me that once. I was on a panel for jury duty, and they said, "Oh, what are your thoughts on guns?" And I said, "Well, I'm pro Second Amendment." And the judge herself looked me in the eye and said, "Oh, you must be with the NRA." Believe these people?
Wow. Yeah, you automatically have to be with the NRA because you believe in the Second Amendment. I mean, that's the limit of their argument. And when you show them, hey, I'm not with them, they don't know what to do. They're dumbfounded.
Absolutely dumbfounded. But let's talk about Milwaukee, Dan. Have you been noticing what's going on in Milwaukee? I mean, it was burned to the ground.
Oh man,
a couple of days ago.
Gas stations that were just lit up and just torched and everything else, and they were beat up people just because they're white. I mean, this is all well we know is it's being funded by George Soros.
Absolutely.
And the leaders and all that. But I mean, it was a black cop that shot a black thug. I mean, and the thing is, CNN, all these liberal media, the other shootings with the guy in the car who had a concealed weapons on it, he still got shot. And instead of just saying that a guy got shot today by cops, a citizen, they have to point out a black man was shot today, but they didn't report that the 19-year-old white boy was shot the same day. That wasn't noticed, but they had to point out it was a black guy by white cops.
And you can thank the cheerleaders at the Clinton News Network for that.
Yep.
Because that's, like you said, that's all Soros money. I'm looking at Zero Hedge right here. George Soros hacked over 2,500 internal docs released online. I mean, it's clearly evident we know who our enemy is.
Exactly, and but they get away with it. Hillary Clinton, she could lie through her teeth. And Loretta Lynch, remember she was at the congressional hearing. I don't have that information over 80 times. One of the congressmen actually took count. Over 80 times she said she didn't have the information, just to cover up for Hillary Clinton. And FBI, the same thing, Comey, because I'm sure James Comey got, the director there, he got threatened probably. And, so they're going to, cover her up, probably acquit her and everything else. And she's going to get away with it. But if that was me, we would have been in federal prison right now.
Oh, yeah, man. They'd be torturing us in like a Romanian CIA freaking torture chamber.
Absolutely. And it's so disturbing. I mean, and if you notice with the trend, you got people rioting over criminals. So they could commit criminal acts themselves, loot stores, and you got the criminal FBI, the criminal Attorney General, defending a fellow criminal, Hillary Clinton.
Could you believe Bill Clinton actually told the FBI that they're full of BS? He had the gall, he had the nerve, the audacity to just basically bitch slap the FBI.
Oh yeah, they're his bitch boys.
Yeah.
And I think it's probably more of a stunt to show, to the public, we're not controlling the FBI, I should say, or something like that. And but they tell the FBI what to do. I think it's just a dog and pony show for them. We're doing an investigation just to appease the public.
It's just beyond me how insane it gets, Dan. And you know how insane it gets because you've gone up to corrupt officials and exposed them. Regarding Sandy Hook. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that, Dan?
Oh, it's so bizarre, dude. You go there. We go to Hartford. I think at the end of the month we have another FOIA hearing coming up with Wolfgang, and we're going to be down in Hartford, Connecticut again. And it's just so bizarre. And you got these people sitting there lying, blatantly lying, like the former chief Kehoe of the Newtown Police. He put his resignation in the day before the hearing when he was dragged in there. Their lawyer, Monty Burns, he looks like Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. And that lawyer dismisses Wolfgang subpoenaed witnesses. Wolfgang subpoenaed the helicopter pilot. I think one of the directors, a bunch of people actually.
Wolfgang Halbig, right?
Yep. And Monty Frank, he took it upon himself to dismiss the lawyers. That's illegal. That's in other words, if me and you go to court against each other, I ordered subpoenas, your lawyer told my subpoena witnesses you don't have to show up. That's against the law.
Wow.
And Wolfgang paid almost $300 each subpoena to have these people subpoenaed, and, nothing got done.
Oh, no. You know what got done? They demolished the school. They got rid of the evidence.
Yep.
Just like they did in the JFK assassination, they wiped down the car, the limousine. They got rid of the school. And here's the thing, the anomalies. I mean, what was it? Adam Lanza, basically his death certificate states that he died the day before the shooting. So how could he have done what they said he did?
Yep, and the FBI stats, nobody died in Sandy Hook.
Exactly.
What about the kids at the Super
They
Bowl?
get these people putting their foot in their mouth.
Yeah, Jaja just stated, if you were familiar with the kids at the Super Bowl, at one of the Super Bowls, who are suspected of being the Sandy Hook kids themselves.
Oh, yeah, with that kid Noah, too, that supposedly died in another school shooting months later in Pakistan. And they used the same picture with him with that little flight jacket on.
Oh my God.
Exactly. No, it just gets nutty. It gets nutty, but what gets nuttier is if you follow Hollywood. I mean, Batman, The Dark Knight, Sandy Hook was all over the maps when Commissioner Gordon was looking at the maps of Gotham.
Oh, yeah, it's a predictive program, and then you had the school principal who supposedly got shot and killed, and months later, the media used the same damn picture of the Boston bombing, except they photoshopped earrings on her. But it's the same picture, same background, and everything. A different name. Then you had that girl, the famous girl, crying on the cell phone. And
right, that one.
Colorado, she was in, all over the place. She was at every one of these folks' flags.
She was at San Bernardino. She was everywhere.
It's funny, there's a Facebook meme going around that shows her picture, right? It says, if you see this girl, run.
Oh, man. No, it gets crazy with Sandy Hook. It's all over the movies. I mean, with the predictive programming of Batman, you even have it following the whole Black Lives Matter, cops versus police narrative in Batman as well. You see that going on.
Oh yeah, and it's so ridiculous. Like when you look at it all and you see all the same similarities as the last one. Like that's the same people, same protocol, same everything. Then you always find out that my tongue tied today. Homeland Security. You always find out that Homeland Security did some kind of a drill that day or the day before of the same thing.
Exactly. Yeah, they're always running some false flag the day before. I mean, that's what it's become. I mean, you had crisis actors basically try to call you out and get in your face, call you an asshole, right?
Oh yeah.
They're lucky you didn't drop a bionic freaking elbow on their face.
Yeah, that idiot. I guess the media picked that up. They had him on the media, and what happened? We're in Watertown. And he started coming over, swearing and yelling at me. And I told him to F off. Of course, he didn't get that on camera.
Right.
And so he said, dude, get the hell out of my face. And we come up to a point where there's a bunch of crowd of people. And a bunch of people were told they had to leave the house, whatever. Bunch of little kids around. This guy's yelling and swearing. And I'm biting my tongue. I wanted to punch this guy right in his face. And,
yeah.
And I'm biting my tongue. And he's sitting there calling me names and all that. Of course, he shows it on the camera. And me, I'm just sitting there laughing with a smile on my face. I'm like, I'm just got to ignore this kid because there's kids around here. And, of course, he didn't show on his video that it was 3 guys there, fathers, that were ready to kick his ass because he wouldn't shut up. And one girl, he told her, because one girl had 2 little girls with her. And she goes, my 2 little daughters are here. You watch your mouth. And he goes, F your little daughters. He was just going off. And I really thought that he was working for the feds. I don't know if he was some kind of a PSYOPs officer at the time.
Yeah, provocateur.
Yeah, exactly, provocateur. I thought he was a provocateur to try to instigate a fight with me. Because as soon as I parked my car when I got there, I had 4 FBI agents staring dead at me. And
man.
2 of them were following me down the street. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. And then all of a sudden this guy comes out of nowhere. I'm like, yep, this is probably a provocateur. And that's why I, really bit my tongue with this guy. Plus the kids being in the area too.
Oh yeah, anything to get bad press on people who are doing the most to expose the truth out there, like yourself.
But yeah, well, the good part of it is though, because we talked on Facebook afterwards, and yeah, I hit him up and all that stuff, and he said we were going at it bad, but I tried to explain to him because he thought that I was saying that nobody at all died, because he knew the little girl that died from one of the explosions. And I told him too, I never said that. I never said nobody died. I said false flags, of course they want real deaths because it makes it even better. You know what I mean? The real casualties. But I mean, I never said nobody died. And
right, when they're not using dummies. Because I examine the news, and literally from Columbine up to now, they've been using dummies at some of these places, especially in Europe. I mean, Gladio, okay, maybe it was bloody at the beginning, but now it's like they're hiring all these bad, like, Hollywood hacks that couldn't make it in Hollywood to do psyops.
Yeah, it's crazy. And you had that Jeff Bauman, the guy in the wheelchair being pushed with that idiot with the cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, selling books, making millions of dollars, and come to find out this guy's a crisis actor. And a lot of people say this guy's, I think his real name is Nick something, whatever, but he's believed to be a veteran that got his legs blown off in Afghanistan in 2011. And he's going around, and there's a lot of people, he did examination in the video. You can see there was this black lady. She had a red dress on her with white in the front. She jumped on top of his legs, and you can see the people pulling the prosthetics off his legs. A big pool of fake blood. She gets up, realizes there's no blood on her. She happens to fall back down and roll through the blood to get back up. And you got this guy, Jeff Bauman, sitting in the wheelchair. 10 minutes sitting in the wheelchair, all up. Oh, he was in shock. Oh, yeah, if you got your legs blown off, you're not going to just be sitting there. And I actually interviewed a bunch of EMTs. I didn't bring up Boston. I said, military EMTs. I said, what's the first protocol? You say you walk in, you step on an IED or whatever, you get your legs blown. He goes, well, right away, you're going to lay the guy down. You're going to elevate the legs, put tourniquets on them, and even then they're going to pass out. Because they're guaranteed to pass out within a minute or so. And if you don't, do proper medical treatment right away, within 6 minutes, they're dead.
It would be excruciating pain. I mean, you would be screaming. Absolutely. You wouldn't be, like, posing for pictures, for a selfie.
Exactly. And I show them the photos of, the Boston thing, and they remembered it. And I'm like, you got a point. How the hell is he sitting in the damn wheelchair when one of the pictures, you can see that the tourniquet's just hanging. It's not on him.
Pathetic.
They should have been, with him sitting up with that pressure on it, it should have been a fountain of blood coming out of his leg.
Oh, yeah, it should have been spewing everywhere.
Exactly. Man, he's just sitting there, like, all calm and collective.
But that's what they're doing, Dan. They're staging all these psyops. I mean, they're even killing people at some of these things. And what for? I mean, it's all government propaganda, in my opinion, because you have the Smith-Mundt Act that was repealed. I mean, that allows people like Anderson Pooper Scooper to show up to Sandy Hook with a green screen.
Oh, yeah. His nose disappearing in the green screen.
Yeah. And how about that picture of Moloch he had in his hand? Supposedly some kid drew a little picture of the green Lilith owl, or Moloch from the Bohemian Grove.
Yeah, he's a former CIA himself. And,
exactly.
Stands as a Cooper. And the guy's a complete show. And especially CNN and MSNBC, they're the biggest. Fox, too, unfortunately. Fox and CBS, NBC, ABC.
Oh, look at the logos. It's eyeball news. It's straight up Illuminati eye.
Exactly. And they rub it right in your face. And, you only, once in a while they'll tell the truth, only if it's bashing the other side. But they won't tell the 100% truth.
Oh, no, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all, Dan. But you know what? You helped last week push the show with one of your articles that you did. We picked it up, put it on Before It's News on the symbolism at the Rio Olympics.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. I was watching it. They were promoting a lot of New Age stuff, and but it's just pure New Age, and of course they had to throw in the climate change crap.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm waiting to see what the closing ceremony is going to be like.
You know what I don't understand about this whole Olympics thing is you're supposed to be exceptional. The Olympics I mean, they were basically revived by Nazis, but nowadays in this PC culture, I mean, it's almost like it's not PC to be exceptional. And
No.
they have the head of the Olympics saying, "Oh, we're all the same." I can't swim like that freak Michael Phelps. You know, I'm not the same as Michael Phelps. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you get me in a boxing ring. I mean, boxing's so bad, maybe I'll do okay. But I mean, nah, I'm maybe not. I don't know. I'll go in there like a mad dog, but whatever. Regardless, I have the heart, but still, I mean,
Yeah.
we're not the same. People aren't the same, but they have these New World Order globalists going out there and promoting this crap that we're all the same at the Olympics. How can that be?
Yeah, what is because they're trying to push world peace, world unity, you know, and people say what's wrong with world peace, but there's a big difference between the peace, you know, God can give you and the peace that this, you know, United Nations and globalists can give you. That peace is slavery. You know, they said it right in George Orwell's 1984, Peace is Slavery, and that's exactly what they're trying to push. And
Right, that double speak. You're absolutely right.
Yep. Oh, it's peace, it's unity, it's such a good thing, but you have to worship one religion. You have to have one currency. You have to have the same rules as every other country. I mean, you have to have one ID. You have to, you know, I mean, it's just like, you know, regulated of what you can and cannot do. Your career is chosen. You're limited to what you can eat. You can't even go near the oceanfront property anymore. I mean, that's off limits to human beings under this New World Order. I mean, we did a whole special, me and Melissa Melton and Aaron Dykes, where we were down at InfoWars, where, you know, did a lot of stuff on the UN Agenda 21, and
Right.
it's so disgusting, man. They want to put families in 12 by 12 little apartments and, you know, into big metropolitan cities. That's why they're squeezing all the people into these giant cities to make you, oh, the world's overpopulated because we can't go down the street without bumping into somebody. No, the world's not overpopulated, it's just they're pushing everybody to these metropolitan zones, and, you know, that's where we get, you know, being outside and everything, we think the world's overpopulated, but, you know, those of us who have been cross-country and everything else, flying drivers and everything else, you can see there's thousands and thousands, millions of acres of
Tell me about it. We drove from Brooklyn to Tucson twice.
Wow.
So, I mean, we got to see how exceptional the United States of America truly is. But here's the thing, Dan. The geolocation at Rio, where they're having the Olympics, it is an Illuminati Eye of Horus triangle.
Yep, and they got the old Kundalini serpent. That's that road going up there. And, yeah, it's sickening. And, yeah, the pyramid symbol, of course. And, you know, they got to throw all their little symbolism into
A huge pentagram, I saw.
Yep. Oh, yeah, right in the middle of the square, whatever it was. And, yeah, it's like giant pentagram. And it's like, you know, right in your face. And,
yeah, I did a special with Jordan Maxwell recently about how basically the pentagram, everything, it's Saturn symbolism.
Yeah.
It's that's where Satanism comes from, the Saturnalia, Satanism. I mean, it's all there.
Oh, yeah, and they love nothing more than rubbing it in our faces. And I was on Providence, Rhode Island years ago. For the hell of it, I was down there. I always carry my camera with me. And me, my uncle, my brother, were just down there, you know, just get out for the night. And it was weird. We all dressed in black, so I don't know how that worked out, but we heard these weird noises going on. And downtown Providence, they have a thing called the Water Fire every Saturday night. And at the Water Fire, they play this druid. It's like a druid thing.
Okay.
A combination of elements, fire and water. But we were probably a couple streets away. We heard this weird chant. What the hell is that? And we went down there, and they had the H.P. Lovecraft, because H.P. Lovecraft, you know, he wrote the Necronomicon.
Right.
He's from Providence, Rhode Island. And it was an anniversary. They had about 1,000 people from all over the world to take part in this giant ritual. And we actually just blended in because we were in black, too. They thought we were part of them. So we're following these guys. We have a night vision camera and everything. There was hundreds of these people, black robes with torches. Like, the looks in these people's eyes, they didn't blink once. I mean, people's eyes were red. I mean, it was something out of a friggin' movie. And they're marching around Providence, and the Rhode Island School of Design, they're the ones who put the promotion on, paid for it by the city. and where the water fire is, they have a little staging area over there. They had
Wow.
what's his name there? The god there. I forgot his name over there. It's a big squid god.
Cthulhu?
Yeah, exactly.
Or
And,
it's Leviathan, a squid type god, right?
Cthulhu, yes. And they had a mock sacrifice. So they had a bunch of girls as if they were virgins, and he would consume them.
Oh,
and
my
they did
God.
a big ritual to get them there, and it was so satanic. It was sick. And you had people down there with kids because they were at the water fire. They had no idea. The smart people, like, you could see the look on their face, like, I'm getting the hell out of here. And one woman asked me, said, what the hell is going on? I'm like, ma'am, get your kids out of here, please. And it's because I am. And other people that take your pictures, let their kids take pictures with the people in the demonic costumes.
Oh, and that's what they're doing now. Now they're having the government open up monuments to the Baphomet all around the nation.
Oh, yeah, I was up there. Remember, hit the news? Hartford, Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Harvard University in Boston, Mass. They had satanic ritual up there.
Right.
It was about 2 years ago. There was a satanic ritual that was supposed to take place, satanic mass in Harvard University. I went up there, and that reports on InfoWars, man, that the Satanists want your children. It's got a 1.5 million views, but I mean, it was just seeing some of the people up there. Holy crap! I mean, like the wackos. I can't even describe the word. You have to watch the video.
Absolutely. You talk about Satanists and them wanting our children. I mean, Donald Trump hangs out with Bill Clinton. We've seen it, but then Bill Clinton hangs out with Epstein, and then I've come to do the research that he's in Epstein's black book. Donald Trump is. So Donald Trump wants your children as well, by default.
Oh yeah.
He's one of the. If you put on the They Live glasses, like Roddy Piper said, it was a documentary more than a film. If you put him on, I see Trump. He's got scales, man.
Yeah.
He's slithery.
Yeah, I showed that movie to a lot of people. It's going to be a little corny because it's old, special effects and all that. But I take the message. And remember, I forgot the black guy's name in that movie. It was his best friend there. I guess he
Right, his sidekick.
Yeah, and I guess he had him. He said, "Put these glasses on," and he had to literally kick the shit out of him. Excuse my language, kick the crap out of him to get them to put those glasses on. You know what I mean? And he put his good friend to get him to put these glasses on, and that symbolizes how we got to fight tooth and nail. And he barely won that fight, barely.
Oh yeah, it was epic.
Yep. And it symbolizes, what we are doing. We're our families and our friends. We're not physically fighting them, no, but we're fighting them battle. And I'm mad to my family tell me, I don't want nothing to do with you anymore. I hate you. Don't talk to me ever again. And they got that ugly. And eventually they came around because they seen what I was trying to tell them, But sometimes it's bloody. It really is. It's a bloody battle to wake people up.
It truly is, Dan. I mean, you have your battle scars. We all have our battle scars.
But everybody's running around these days with the goal, with the Pokemon, you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, yeah.
And they're trying to kill everybody. Like, they're even going to target potentially, back Nazis controlling this stuff, and they're going to potentially target, like, Jews again. Or gay people. Like, oh, look, there's a Jew.
Well, they already have Pokemon Go at, like, certain synagogues. They have, like, they're enticing them with certain Pokemon at certain places, so much so that the Pentagon had to put a ban on Pokemon Go being played there.
Yeah.
No, but that's the thing. I mean, we're living in a stupefied, zombified world where these idiots are literally just walking around like zombies with Pokemon Go, man.
Oh, yeah, you gotta catch them all.
It was crazy. We had a spook follow us, and we called him on it. We were at a park, and we called him on it, Jaja and I, and we're like, what's up? Like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I'm trying to catch Pokemon. So I was like, what are you trying to catch me? What am I, a Pikachu to you, you bastard? You don't know.
People, tell people there's Pikachu with 1,000 hit points in the middle of 95. Get on the middle of the highway to catch it.
I saw that happening. People were literally crossing the freeways to catch freaking Mewtwo or whatever the hell.
Oh yeah, it was in Rhode Island here. We have a place. We hit World News. It was like they had a band there, and years ago when they had some fireworks inside the building, and it was all foam up in the ceiling. Anyway, the foam got caught on fire and killed over 100 people within like less than 4 minutes.
Was Marco Rubio there?
You know, yeah, they should have been. But they're using that site right there as one of the Pokemon stages. But going to there, disrespect to the families, and the families don't want that, place to be people going there playing Pokemon when their loved ones were killed there.
Yeah, that's extremely disrespectful.
Yeah, and then they're climbing the fence because of the fence around it. They're actually climbing the fence to get into the property because they never rebuilt the club enough, and they just left it there as a memorial. And people climbing over the fence to go in there to catch a Pokemon or whatever.
No, it's literally an NSA geospatial psyop where they're just mapping out or data mining or just basically just recruiting low-level provocateurs. People are literally dying, being stabbed while, being mugged while playing Pokemon Go. It's getting bad. It's death by Pokemon.
And it's this whole scientific control grid just being set up before our eyes. They're using our cell phones to lay out, everything you were saying, the data mining and everything. They're putting these Intelli street lights in everywhere. If you remember the last Fast and Furious movie, I don't think anybody's actually made a report on this. If you watch Fast and the Furious, the last one, number 7, they have a thing called the God's Eye. And if you're searching for somebody, it'll connect online to every video camera in the world. That's surveillance camera or whatever.
Wow. And
what it does is it will start facial recognition. Say, I want to look for Bruce. And I put in that God's Eye, that system there. It'll search every damn camera across the planet and you'll find your facial recognition somewhere.
Wow.
And they were that was one of the weapons they were using in Fast and the Furious Part 7.
Right. That's insanity. You see it, the just totalitarianism in places like London where you can't walk down the street without having like 30 freaking cameras per street corner.
Oh yeah, New York's like that. Boston. When we talk about the Boston bombing, I guess Homeland Security set up X amount of, I think it was about 50,000 cameras in Boston, and they, I guess they wanted a grant or something to put more cameras there. And that's why a lot of people say the Boston bombing is also tied, because we know these things are tied into multiple things, gun control, this, that, and the other thing, and the surveillance state too, Boston. And they got in downtown Providence now, they got cameras everywhere, and it's a small city, whatever, but it's the capital of Rhode Island, and they got the cameras everywhere over there. And they're putting Intelli streetlights in this year, they're supposed to be anyway. Rhode Island, they passed a thing called Rhode Island Roadworks.
Yeah.
It's a roadworks program. It's a full control of the highway. They're putting cameras and tolls up. And also Road Map Rhode Island, which is Agenda 21. It's the local name of Agenda 21, which last governor just pushed through without the approval of any elected official or the people.
Just total draconian legislation.
Oh, yeah. And so we're facing, especially our governor now, Gina Raimondo, she's best friends almost with Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton.
That's not good.
Their ass all the time. And, the thing is, if Hillary wins, we know she's probably going to get a spot in the White House somewhere. And this girl, so there was Time Magazine that labeled her and her husband top 50 of the most powerful couples in the world governing that. And she, even before becoming governor, she lost $400-something million as a state treasurer, but the people still elected her. It's unbelievable. But she's setting up this whole control grid here. Her and the last governor. The road maps and road works programs, it's the whole scientific control grid, Agenda 21, the whole 9 yards. And we've seen the Boston after the Boston bombing. Now there's more cameras up there than ever.
And that's the thing, Dan. I don't understand how the government could be putting up so many cameras, and everybody's got cameras on their phone. But most of these psyops, that are on all over the news, being presented as news. People are the footage they get is like shaky. Whatever evidence, it's shaky or it's blurred or they didn't get enough footage. I mean, everybody's got a phone nowadays. I mean, why isn't there more evidence of these hoaxes? I think a lot of the news is hoax. I mean, just by studying the facts, the Smith-Mundt Act was repealed. I mean, that allows the government to just have a freaking field day with all these propaganda stories in the news.
Oh yeah, and they do a mass covering up. And remember the Navy Yard shooter?
Yes.
I went out to Newport, Rhode Island here because that's where he was staying. He was a defense contractor. He was working at Raytheon right here in Middletown, Rhode Island. I went out there and I followed the trail and went to the police department where he made the official report. People following him in the whole 9 yards. I have a copy of the police report from the Newport Police Department. And right in the report, the guy's telling them that they use tectonic weapons on them. Mind control weapons and everything else. And, when he carved ELF into his rifle, before I think he shot himself or whatever, he carved ELF because it stands for extremely low frequency. It's not an elf like on Santa Claus. And the news didn't really highlight that. They said they carved they got leaked out, he carved ELF, but they left it at that. They didn't, elaborate on that.
Well, it's like that woman that got shot at Washington, D.C. in her car.
Yep.
It was all over the news, and she was saying that she was hearing voices, and I mean, they have this type of technology. I mean, if you go back and look at the RFID from the 90s that they were developing, it's actually a swastika. It's in the shape of a swastika.
And there's a bill, too, HR 2977. It's a Space and Preservation Act of 2001. It made it to the House of Representatives, but it never got passed. Now, in this document, it states right out to protect citizens against tectonic weapons, laser-based weapons, mind control, chemtrails. I mean, it's only 12 pages, I think it is. Not even. It's a short bill. But if you PDF off the National Archives site, HR 2977,
wow.
You'll see all the stuff we're talking about in that bill. There was a bill presented to protect us all from that stuff. Space-based weapons and everything else. And stuff that sounds like out of Star Wars. It's in that bill.
Oh, and this technology is from the Star Wars. If you remember, the Reagan administration funded it. This type of directed energy weapons, it was known as the Star Wars program.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that. And, this stuff is like, people, you tell people that they laugh at it, and especially when you show them the bills and all the documents and everything else, they still don't want to believe it because they choose to. They want that blue pill. You know what I mean? They don't want even though the red pill exists. Just give me the blue pills, and I'll mind my business.
They're altering people's moods too. I mean, we came back from Brooklyn. We live in Brooklyn. They're spraying so much barium and aluminum out there that directly affects the central nervous system. The New World Order knows that, and they're spraying it on the population. And now it's attracting some sugary substance on your arm. Is attracting Zika too, and they're altering your nervous system. I mean, it just doesn't end.
Yeah, before I went to InfoWars, I was working for this company called Securitas. It's a security company, and I was doing a detail. They were renovating, the Stop and Shops, the supermarket on the East Coast here.
Right, Stop and Shop, Pat Mark, right.
Yeah, and they were renovating them all. So my job was just to watch the contractors overnight. It was an overnight job to like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, and just to watch them, make sure they're not stealing off and taking it out. So most of the time I spent outside, but I'm watching up in the sky all the time. But late at night they're spraying the damn trail all over the place, and by the morning it all comes down as a dew. And by the time I got in my car to go home, my chest hurt. It was hard for me to breathe. I mean, I could barely sleep because I kept waking up because I couldn't breathe and everything else, and I was having respiratory problems. And and I did third shift before for other places when I was inside, whatever, but breathing that stuff in directly in the morning like that, the morning dew they call it, and it was like really giving me respiratory problems and everything else.
Hey, I hear you, Dan. I was getting the same thing in Brooklyn. I mean, they're knocking down little buildings day in and day out, and we were becoming the filters for Brooklyn over there.
It kills your immune system, makes you fatigue constantly.
Oh yeah, no, it was terrible. I couldn't breathe one day. And I knew it was time to leave after I saw the bums defecating on the sidewalk, and then pigeons being eaten alive by rats over there on the East Coast. I mean, they don't even make the Italians don't even make the pizza over there. Now it's just the Mexicans, the paisas. They took over the pizza business in New York. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I don't think I would ever go to no disrespect to Mexicans, but I don't think I would ever go to a Mexican restaurant for pizza.
Oh, you know where you don't want to go, Dan? You don't want to go to a Polak-owned pizza joint where he hires Mexicans that will scratch their ass while getting money from like a Russian accordion lady while they're making you your eggplant pizza.
Oh man, I believe it.
Yeah, we never ate there again after I saw that, bro.
Yeah,
Tell me about it.
I blame you. I mean, it's unbelievable because over here in Rhode Island, too, in parts of Rhode Island, we have places like that. I mean, like it's like you walk in there, you walk right back out again.
It almost makes a good just call for Trump to if he really was a good guy, but he's a total villain. You almost want to vote for Trump so you can get rid of some of the scum, but he won't because he's gonna tap out to Hillary. Like I've been saying, Hillary's gonna put him in a figure 4.
Oh yeah, and remember the last time he ran? I guess he got a lot of people's hopes up. Then he turns around and tells everybody I wasn't really serious about running in anyway. Exactly.
He's admitted it that he doesn't want to be president. He's admitted it over and over again. You don't have to be Michael freaking fat ass Moore to know that Donald Trump has admitted that he doesn't want to be president.
Exactly, and he's got all the money in the world. I don't know if he really does or not, but because I know he's in a lot of bankruptcy too. But it's like you make more than you would be being president, less headache.
All right.
So,
right, and if you look at the Washington Post here, it doesn't hurt when you have Vince McMahon pretty much bankrolling your Trump foundations. Right here, top donors, 2004 through 2014, Vince and Linda McMahon, about $5 million from them he got for certain charities. I mean, that's just what they're telling you.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. It's a bipartisan big government freaking sham. It's a dog and pony act. It's a bread and circus. It's reality TV at the end of the day. And anybody that buys into it from the truth movement, I'm disgusted with them, Dan, like you don't believe.
Me and you both, brother. And I know where I do think InfoWars, whatever, but I do not at all agree with Alex supporting him. And I don't know if that makes me a bad guy. What I don't even care.
I hear you. I'm a bad guy because I think he's Bill Hicks. So I don't know where I stand. But I know exactly where I stand. I stand next to fellow patriots such as yourself, Dan. I want to thank you for being on the show, man. It's been a great show. You gave a great interview, and it's just one of many, bro, because I want you to be a regular on the Bruce Montalvo show.
Oh, it would be an honor, brother.
Excellent.
You're
awesome, Dan. Thanks for being on, man.
You too, guys, and take care, and God bless you both.
God bless you. Godspeed, Dan. We'll talk to you soon. See ya. That was former InfoWars reporter. He's done great work for InfoWars. He's dropping the Randy Savage elbows of truth on the New World Order. You could find him on his own radio show, his podcast, Truth Radio Show with Dan Bidondi. Go to our subscriptions over at Exposed News. He's on there. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. Great stuff. Great guy. Overall, just awesome guy. One of the best. And we're glad to have him on the Bruce Montalvo show. And ladies and gentlemen, that's it. We're going to be back Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, same time, same place, from wherever the hell I am is cool. Tucson. You stay cool in Tucson here. Bruce Montalvo signing out. The excellence of radio execution. Talk to you guys luego. Hasta luego.